Hey guys, it's Dan from CryptoCamacho.com, and today I want to walk through a Coinbase tutorial for you. I want to show you how you can get started buying and selling Bitcoin today, right now. It's super easy if you use Coinbase. You probably heard in the news, in the media, different ways you can buy and sell Bitcoin. You can, trade Bitcoin, so forth and so on. But nothing makes it easier than Coinbase, and I will show you why in just a moment here. So Coinbase has been around for several years now, definitely for the last 5 years. It has become one of the most popular, avenues that people go to actually start buying Bitcoin because it's the easiest. It's very, very easy to use, and that's the reason I chose Coinbase myself, is because it's so easy to get started. It's not technical. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. You don't really need to know how to trade anything with Bitcoin. You don't need to know how blockchain works. You could literally sign up, input a payment method like a credit card, and you can actually buy Bitcoin with your credit card today, right now. And the reason I want to show you this tutorial now is because I've been talking a lot about trading Bitcoin. I've been talking a lot about how you day trade and how you position trade, cryptocurrencies, but I haven't actually gone through and shown you how you actually buy Bitcoin, right? So you could either buy Bitcoin or you could mine Bitcoin, right? Those are essentially the two ways you can get Bitcoin today. There's others, but those are the two most popular ways to get Bitcoin today. You buy it or you mine it. Most people that are not technical, they don't typically jump into Bitcoin mining right away, right? They want a quicker way to start buying and selling Bitcoin, and Coinbase is that easy way to do it. It's exploded in popularity because of its ease of use. And you can see just by looking at the website here how straightforward it is, right? You literally just have to sign up and you can start buying and selling. So let's jump right into it right now, and I will go through how exactly you buy and sell Bitcoin. So first, you'll need to sign up, right? So you click on the sign up button right here, and it'll ask you for your basic information, your first name, your last name, your email address, your password, your state, and if you're a robot or not. And once you complete this step, right, you can go ahead and start enabling your settings, start enabling two-factor authentication, input your credit card so you can actually buy some Bitcoin, and so forth. So I've already done this piece. I'm not going to go through this. This is pretty basic, but this is essentially how you create an account. And you'll be sent an email after you sign up. On that email, you'll have to click it to activate your account. You'll put in a special code to enable your account, and then you're off to the races, right? So I've already done that. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and I'm going to go ahead and put my email address here. All right, and I will go ahead and put my password, and let's go ahead and sign in. And so now what I need to do, and I will show you this really quickly here, but I need to input my two-factor authentication code. And what that really means is that I have an app on my phone, and every time I want to sign in to Coinbase or even other exchanges, I need to put in this 6-digit code into this two-step verification process so that I can get into my account. And this is extremely important to prevent hacks, to prevent other people from getting into your account, right? There's been a lot of news news as of late of hackers getting into Bitcoin accounts and stealing Bitcoin or stealing Ethereum, whatever. You don't want that to happen to you, and one way to secure that is by using this two-step or two-factor authentication method. So here it is. I don't know how well you can see that, but I have my app on my phone. I'm going to go ahead and put in that 6-digit code in here. I'll probably do another video about this at a later point in time to give you a bit more clarity on how to actually set this up. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and put in my code, 934. And verify it, and that should let me in. Okay, so now it's loading up. Let's get into my account. This is my Coinbase account right here, right? So you can see right out of the gate that they track Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So on Coinbase, you could buy any one of those three cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. They're talking about adding Dash, they're talking about adding Monero, and this will grow over time, but right now it's limited to these three cryptocurrencies, which is great because in the past it was limited only to Bitcoin, and now it's Ethereum and Litecoin as well. So it'll show you the Bitcoin price, the current trading price. It'll show you the last price as of the last month, last week, last day, last hour, and in the last month we've seen Bitcoin go up about 10%. And look at this. Just for kicks. In the last year, we've seen Bitcoin go up almost 600%. That's crazy in 1 year. That means that if you would have put in $1,000 a year ago, you would have almost $6,000 today from one single Bitcoin, right? So now is the time to start trading this stuff. Now is the time to buy Bitcoin, right? The price is around 4,000. There's talk, speculation that it's going to go past 5. It's going to go past 10, so forth and so on. It has already gone up to 5. It's gone back down. because of the ban of China, banning ICOs, banning cryptocurrency exchanges, so forth. But the price is going to continue to go up. And if you're remotely interested in day trading or trading cryptocurrencies at all, don't worry too much about the price, because there's many other ways to make money other than waiting for the price of Bitcoin to go up, right? So anyway, here's your dashboard, your main dashboard, and it'll show you your portfolio, how many dollars you have, how many Litecoin, how many Ethereum, how many Bitcoin, and what your account looks like down here. So first things first, before you start buying and selling Bitcoin, let's go ahead and take you to the security settings. I want to make sure that you set this up properly so that you don't have any problems in the future. First thing that I would do once I've signed up for signed up for Coinbase, is I would go to the settings tab, I would go to the security section over here, and I would enable two-factor authentication, and I would add an additional phone number to your phone numbers. If you ever lose your phone, if you're using two-factor authentication to sign in and you lose your phone, it's going to be difficult to get back into your account unless you've written down and secured the seed number, the code that they've given you when you signed up for Coinbase, which I highly recommend you do. You will not be able to get into your account. So add an additional phone number to your account. If you lose your phone, you'll have a secondary phone that you can go and prove that it is your account. So do that first. Second, go down to two-factor authentication and enable this right here. You'll basically, when you enable it, it'll give you a picture of a QR code and or a seed number. You'll enter that into your device, right? Into your Google Authenticator app. You'll add that, or you'll take a little picture of the QR code, and when you do that, it'll generate a number, right? That you saw similar, that I just showed you a second ago, which looks something like this. You'll get a specific number, a 6-digit number for Coinbase. And once you scan your QR code here, you'll be done. You'll be off to the races and ready to go. So do that second, right? Add an alternative phone number and then enable your two-factor authentication, and you're good to go. The next step is to go back up, go to payment methods. So you're going to need this to buy your first Bitcoin. You can either connect using a credit card, or you can connect using your bank account, right? In order to buy and sell Bitcoin. The easiest way, or the quickest way, is to use your credit card. And that's what I did. I first signed up for Coinbase, and then I added my credit card as a payment method, and I was able to buy some Bitcoin. Now, if you do this, you'll be limited in terms of the amount of Bitcoin you can buy, but I think they give you a limit, something like 1,000 or 3,000 Bitcoin. Maybe it's $500. It's like $500 to $1,000 Bitcoin you can buy using your credit card, and I recommend that's all you start with anyway, right? Until you get used to day trading cryptocurrency, you get used to kind of how the game works. I'd recommend you start low, buy $500 or less, $1,000 or less of Bitcoin to get started. So this is what you would do here. You'd click on Add Payment Method. You'd go, and you'd get all these options. You could add a PayPal account, you could add a bank account, or you could add a credit card. Again, I would add a credit card. It's the easiest way to do it. You could buy instantly versus a bank account where you have to wait 4 or 5 days. You could use a credit card and you could buy it instantly. If you want to sell Bitcoin, further down the line, you can add a PayPal account and you could sell Bitcoin and it'll be deposited directly into your PayPal account instantly, right? So let's go through an instant buy with credit card. So you click on that, you literally just add your credit card information right here. You go next, and you will be able to start buying and selling Bitcoin, and your payment method will be added here. I've since added a bank account because I wanted to deposit larger amounts of money and buy more and more Bitcoin, and so I did that now. But I recommend you start out with a credit card, like I said. Once you've enabled a payment method, once you've enabled your security settings, you can go forward. You can add or update your preferences, update your profile information, and so forth. But essentially, you're good to go. One thing I want to point out here is the limits. So your limits will probably look a little bit different than my limits on Coinbase when you first start. I believe when you first start and you add a credit card, your limit will be $500 or $1,000, right? Over time, that will increase. Coinbase does this to prevent fraud. They do this, for all sorts of reasons, but the primary reason is to prevent fraud and from people taking advantage. Same thing on the sell, right? So anyway, once you've enabled your payment method and done these things, now you can go and buy and sell Bitcoin. So click on over to the Buy and Sell tab, and you can decide, do you want to buy Bitcoin, do you want to buy Ethereum, or do you want to buy Litecoin? And I recommend you start out with Bitcoin because it tends to be the most secure, or talked about as being the most secure cryptocurrency. It's the first cryptocurrency that ever came out. It's been around the longest. It's been mined the most. There's the most, has the largest market cap. It's used by probably the most people. So I'd recommend you go with Bitcoin, right? If you go with Ethereum, that's fine, but the price is a little bit more volatile. Litecoin, a little bit more volatile. Bitcoin, I'd say, is the least volatile. So I'd start there. And some things that people don't, I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, actually, and we were talking about Bitcoin, and he doesn't know too much about it. And he's like, gosh, I don't have enough money to buy Bitcoin. It's just too expensive. It's like $4,000, $5,000 a coin. I don't want to buy a single coin for that much. And what he didn't realize is that you can buy fractions of Bitcoin. You don't have to buy a whole coin. That's a common misconception that I've heard from many newbies, right, that have never been in this space. They don't think you can buy, a fraction of a coin. In the stock market, if a stock is $25 or $100 or $1,000, that's the price of the stock. You can't buy fragments or incremental portions of the stock, right, unless you're using something like a motif. But you can't do that. With Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you can, right? You can buy $5 worth of Bitcoin. You could buy $10 worth of Bitcoin if you wanted to, right? And so just keep that in mind and know that's possible, that when you're buying Bitcoin, you don't have to buy a full coin. And so as an example, if you get started, right, let's just say I want to, use my credit card to buy Bitcoin. I'd say buy Bitcoin, click on my credit card, and my weekly limit right now is $3,000. I could buy the max, right? And if I were to buy $3,000 worth of Bitcoin, it translates that into 0.68, worth of Bitcoin. It's not a full Bitcoin, it's a fraction of Bitcoin, but it's $3,000 worth of Bitcoin given the current price today for Bitcoin. And that's all you really do. You put in the price here, and you click buy instantly, buy $3,000 worth of Bitcoin. You can also repeat this buy, right? Because this, you're limited on $3,000 weekly, $3,000 worth of Bitcoin. But every week, if you wanted to, you can repeat this buy. And so you can kind of set that or play with that if you wanted to, but you don't need to use that up front. So anyway, once you purchase Bitcoin here, what will happen is it'll give you a record of your transactions, so forth, and then you will see your Bitcoin in your wallet. So Coinbase does have the option of having a wallet. It has a Bitcoin wallet, an Ethereum wallet, a Litecoin wallet, and a fiat USD wallet as well, which you'll see here on the left-hand side. And so right here, it's very important to keep in mind, once you make your first transaction, you'll see the value of your Bitcoin right here. And let's jump into this real quick. I'm going to go dig into my Bitcoin wallet a little bit more. If you wanted to send Bitcoin, you could do that right here. If you wanted to send Bitcoin to an exchange, you click send. If you wanted to receive Bitcoin from an exchange, you want to say transfer Bitcoin from an exchange to your Coinbase wallet, you do that right here. I don't have anything currently in Coinbase. I've sent it all to the exchanges, and I'm trading with it daily. So I don't have anything here. I can't actually send it through. But hopefully this gives you a good idea of how to do that, right? So this is the easiest way to get started buying and selling and trading Bitcoin. Use Coinbase. Go sign up today. Put in a small amount if you're worried. Put in $100. Put in $50 if you want. Put in a small amount of money into Bitcoin. Buy it. And then I'll show you how you can transfer your money, your Bitcoin, from Coinbase into the exchanges to start doing day trading like I'm doing on a daily basis now. You will be amazed at how fast you can start making gains and really increasing the size of your account by just trading small trades every day, right? There's opportunities every day, and I wanted to give you this tutorial so that you knew how to get started. It's really not that difficult to get started. You can sign up to Coinbase and fund your account in less than an hour, probably literally less than 30 minutes. You can have this entire process done. It's quite easy. So please go forward and try to do this. I promise you won't be disappointed. Start small if you're nervous. If you're not, start big. And once you get past this first step, everything else kind of falls in place. And I'll just keep going on this journey. I'll show you, from here where you should go, how you should trade, so forth. If you have any questions about Coinbase, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you have any concerns, about the risk or anything like that, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. Also happy to walk you guys through anything that you may not have seen on this video, because I know it's a little bit intimidating when you're first getting started. It's a little more technical. You don't know what Bitcoin is. You don't know how to use it. You don't know how to trade it. You don't know how to exchange it. There's a lot of risk, so forth and so on. Coinbase eliminates that risk. So check it out. Try it out. And if you would, click on the Coinbase link below this video, and it'll take you right to the page to sign up, and you can get started today. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. This is Dan from CryptoCamacho.com. See you guys.